A long time ago, a king decided to embark on a journey. As he prepared to leave, the villagers gathered to see him off and offered a warning. They told him that in the forest he would encounter a small but challenging man, about 2 feet tall, who would demand a fight. They advised the king not to move forward without defeating this man. The king set out, and after a couple of days, he reached the forest. Just as predicted, a 2-foot-tall man appeared and blocked his path, challenging him to a fight. The king initially tried to ignore him, but the man wouldn't let him pass. The king accepted the challenge, won the fight, and chose to spare the man, believing there was no honor in defeating someone so small. He continued on his way. After 2 more days, the king encountered the same man again, but now he had grown to 4 feet tall. The man once again challenged the king, who accepted and won. Again, the king spared him, feeling it was unworthy of him to kill such a person. This pattern continued. Every time the king met the man had grown another 2 feet, and the king would defeat him but leave him alive. One day, however, the man had grown to be larger than the king himself. Despite feeling a bit intimidated, the king accepted the challenge. In the intense battle that followed, the king was badly injured, even breaking his hand, but he managed to win. This time, however, the king decided not to let the man go. He ended the fight for good by killing him, putting an end to the trouble. Reflecting on this story, we can see that this small man is like the problems we face in our own lives. When a problem arises, we have 2 choices, just as the king did. We can either confront and solve it or ignore it and move on. If we tackle it while it's small, we gain experience and build our problem-solving skills. But if we avoid it, the problem may grow and return in an even larger form, making it harder to handle. Therefore, it's essential to address problems when they're small. By doing so, we gain the confidence and ability to face bigger challenges down the line. Remember, running from a problem only increases the distance from the solution. The easiest way to overcome a challenge is to face it directly. In a distant kingdom, an elderly man made his living by gathering and selling wood from the forest. He was well known not only for his wise words, but also for his stunning white horse, the only one of its kind in the entire kingdom. Many people, including the king, wanted to buy the horse, but the old man always refused, saying it was like family to him. One morning, the old man discovered his horse was missing. Neighbors gathered, saying he should have sold it to the king and used the money to protect it. But the old man remained calm, simply saying, "Let's wait and see." A month later, the horse returned, and it wasn't alone. It had brought back 12 other horses of the same breed. The villagers were amazed, calling it a stroke of luck. The old man again said, "Let's wait and see." The man's son started training the wild horses, but one day he fell off and broke his leg. The villagers returned, now calling the old man unlucky, as his son would be unable to marry. The old man, unfazed, replied, "Let's wait and see." Soon afterward, the kingdom went to war, and all the young men were drafted into the army, except the old man's son, who was spared because of his injury. Villagers gathered once more, grieving over their sons, and asked the old man how he stayed so calm. He told them, "The only truth is that your sons have gone to serve the motherland. We don't know if it's a blessing or a misfortune." He explained that life is like reading a book. You can't understand the whole story from a single line. He urged them to stay focused on the present and live with joy. The old man's story reminds us that life is unpredictable. What may seem like bad luck today could be a blessing in disguise tomorrow. The key is to stay positive, focus on what you can control, and keep moving forward. Once upon a time, in a small town, there lived a hardworking father who owned a small business. His son, however, preferred to spend his days playing with friends rather than helping in the family business. This troubled the father, who wanted his son to understand the value of hard work. One day, the father decided to teach his son a lesson. He handed him an old, worn t-shirt and asked, "Son, how much do you think this is worth?" The son guessed, "Maybe $1. The father nodded and challenged him. "Go to the market and try to sell it for $2. Although puzzled, the son agreed. After hours of effort, he managed to sell the shirt for $2 and happily showed the money to his father. Seeing his success, the father gave him another old t-shirt, asking him to sell it for $20. This seemed impossible to the son, but he came up with an idea. He asked a friend to print a popular cartoon character on the shirt, making it appealing to kids. Soon enough, he sold it to a young child at a nearby park for $20. Proud, he returned to his father, who was pleased with his creativity. The father then handed his son a third t-shirt, saying, "Now, try to sell this one for $200. Unsure at first, the son overheard news of a Hollywood actress visiting town for a movie premiere. Seizing the opportunity, he managed to get close to her in the crowd and requested an autograph on the shirt. With the signed t-shirt, he went to a busy marketplace and advertised it as an exclusive autographed shirt by a famous actress. He attracted a crowd, and through bidding, he sold the shirt for an astounding $2,000. Overjoyed, he rushed home to share the news. The father, his eyes brimming with pride, asked, "What did you learn from all this, my son?" The son thought and replied, "Father, I've learned that if we have the will to achieve something, a way will always appear." Smiling, the father said, "Exactly. Just like you increase the value of those t-shirts, you have the power to increase your own value in life. Always work hard, think creatively, and believe in yourself." This story teaches us that, in life, challenges and obstacles are bound to appear, but they should inspire us to grow rather than hold us back. Just as the son turned each challenge into an opportunity, we too have the ability to improve our circumstances through effort, creativity, and belief in ourselves. Remember, just as the price of the t-shirt was determined by the son's actions, our value in life is defined by our own choices. Those who underestimate their worth often struggle to succeed, while those who recognize their potential can rise to great heights. The lesson here is never to give up, no matter how many times you fail. Even failures bring us one step closer to success. When Thomas Edison was asked about his attempts at creating the light bulb, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that don't work." For Edison, each failure was a step towards success. So, if you aim to reach new heights, start by valuing yourself and believing in your potential. Face challenges head on, because it's through perseverance and resilience that we achieve greatness.